that reached that made a landfall in the central provinces in Sri Lanka and other parts of these other countries. People were buried alive in one night. In a couple of seconds, they had no time to react. Many landslides occurred, whether they were rich or poor. Nature didn't bother to care. So they were all wiped off within seconds. A monk known to us from Asgiriya temple, Asgiriya monastic school, 31 members of his family passed away, including his mother, father, his own brother, brother's wife, and their child, and all of these. So all he sees is just a collection of rocks in his village. So such is life. How do we deal with such situations with the kind of wisdom that we learn from Buddhism? One thing we must remember all the time is that death is not the tragedy. The tragedy is not living properly. When you are alive, not taking every second in your life seriously, taking it for granted. This is the greatest tragedy of us humankind. And when we live, we have two modes of living. You can live with unwholesome intentions, unwholesome, impure thoughts. You can also live with wholesome intentions and wholesome, pure thoughts. So these are, when simplified, you can live angrily with yourself and with your own family and the surroundings. You can also live with loving kindness with yourself and with your family and the surrounding. And the second way of living with loving kindness, is highly appreciated by the Buddha. That kind of living gives benefit to oneself right here, right now, as we are living this life. If you want to sleep well, if you want to wake up well, what would be the medicine? There is no medicine for it. Only thing the Buddha recommended was having a pure heart, pure conscience, and pure loving kindness going in your heart. So as you practice generosity this day, that loving kindness is also a gift that you give to yourself and a gift that you give to the others. So continuous reminders of this loving kindness was given by the Buddha to monks because they needed it. With that kind of loving kindness, when a tragedy hit Vishala, the city of Vishala, the Buddha instructed Ananda, his attendant monk, to go sprinkle water in all over the city by chanting Ratana Sutta, in which you see loving kindness. It says, Sabbeva Bhuta Sumana Bhavantu. May all beings be happy-minded. Or it says, Etena Satchena Suvarti Hotu. By the power of this truth, may there be well-being for you. That is loving kindness. So in times of tragedy, we are being called to come to loving kindness. If instead you are shocked and you are grief-stricken and that your mind is confused, I guess that kind of mind doesn't know how to radiate loving kindness, how to act compassionately, properly. So at times of tragedy, we must see the enemy in our own heart. Enemy of grief, enemy of confusion, enemy of anger, aversion, also wanting to act fast but not knowing how to really act comes. Because of these, we presented ourselves as confused people. So it's always important to have a practice of loving kindness going from the early age from your life. You start early, you radiate loving kindness every day for 5-10 minutes. Then you will see true personality change happening. The way you hold the world, the way you view the world will be different because you develop a kind of wisdom that no one else can give you. You start to see everything with that kind of spirit, that kind of loving kindness in your heart. The benefit of this is that ultimately, in Buddhism, there is a goal that we try to reach, but it's very hard. That goal is called non-returner state, anagami. So that word is made of agami, not returning. So where do you not return to? Not your home, not anything. It is that you don't return to anger. You don't return to attachment. You stay detached and you have abandoned anger. So, starting now as a child and continuing in your middle ages or youth ages, and then going on until whenever you realize the true nature of this anger and that you can abandon it. This is the greatest victory. When your body gets buried someday, if you have that kind of mind where you have loving kindness toward yourself and you have loving kindness toward your surrounding, you have won this life. That's how the Buddha taught Dhamma to us, to always hold that kind of mindfulness, where loving kindness is always your undercurrent. You are not getting flooded or getting carried away by thoughts of anger, thoughts of ill will, because you have the power that you have generated, you have the beauty that you have generated. You don't need any other beauty products. You don't have to spend money on these things when you have so much loving kindness going on. So that's also the greatest giving that you can give to yourself and to your surrounding, in your workplace, at home, or anywhere where you happen to be. I believe that explains how we deal with tragedy and how we can take every moment seriously in life. So with that, I'm going to wrap up and I'll pass over to Bhante Sarnapada to conclude the ceremony. Thank you for listening.